upness, boys? All right, I actually don't know. Why am I putting these on? I actually don't know how I have not covered this topic before, but I got this video idea topic from reading. They say if you want to be a good reader, you got to be a good writer, you got to be an avid reader. And I love reading, though I haven't had much time, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna read. And it made me think of a topic. I actually don't know how I haven't talked. Well, I have. I made 3 videos. No, I made 2 videos. This is technically my 3rd one, but my first weekly talk one on, so we're gonna go with it. Evil. I won't even say main characters, but evil characters. Honestly, I was gonna have like another video talk on like the whole thing of evil and everything and all that stuff. But I have to talk about this, mainly because I'm writing a book that primarily has a evil main character. But I've written 2 books. Devour Heaven, I'm not gonna write the whole word because I can't write that fast, and Nightmare Glitch. You can't even see that. And Nightmare Glitch. Wow, my handwriting sucks. Devour Heaven, he's just like, bam, from the start. Nightmare Glitch, what I'm doing with that, I know some people were like, oh, for so many times, because when I'm looking for an evil main character, I've seen like so many forums like looking for an evil main character. They recommend like the same novels, because there really are no good ones, or even that many of them. China has some of them, a lot of them tend to come out of China, but like, there's so much censorship there. It's like, bro, all this American freedom, we're not making use of it. Anyways, my point with that is the whole concept of evil, because the evil main characters I have seen are either just like, it could be like the evil perverted cultivator. What the fuck is that? Because it's literally just, again, an evil main character, I've said many times, is a character who will do whatever it takes to accomplish his purpose. That leaves things like unconsensual forced activities pretty much out the window because it's not necessary, as I've already talked about in chapter 0. But the reason I bring this up is because there's a difference between being, let's say, an evil main character versus an edgy character. And I don't know what it is. A lot of this seems to come out like Japanese manga, and I don't know if it's censorship, but I feel like there's a lot of nuance to it, even under the quote-unquote umbrella term of evil. Because what is evil? It's a human construct, and it's even tied to religious aspects as well, which I'm not going to get the whole thing of that in this video. I'll try to keep this one relatively short. But my point is, a lot of times, from what I've read recently, and just over the long years that I have been reading, now there are some characters that are just, of course, evil. But when it comes to main characters, I feel like there's a large attempt to make them more relatable than actually interesting, which is what I want. And so even for my own story in Nightmare Glitch, Crow's journey is kind of him leading more and more down towards that path of depravity, while in Devour Heaven, Oz, he was on straight smoke from the get-go, to be honest, which honestly, I like both approaches. I feel like people who are looking for a villainous MC, they might be like, oh, this character's a pussy, but I think it's good shit coming. But I already think it's good. I feel like I'm trying to make a nuanced character as opposed to one that's just evil for the sake of shock value. Because that's where I get into Edgy, where it's like, oh, he'll kill people, but then he'll explain his plan. And my thing is this, right? If we look, I know I said I'm not going to explain a lot of books, but there's a book where my biggest inspiration for writing, by far I have many, but by far one of them is Reverend Insanity, right? Reverend, I can't write that fast. Insanity has like over 1,000 chapters, really good book. And yes, it has its flaws, but it's very goated. And in that book, it's funny because he's evil, but it's more so he'll do whatever he takes to accomplish his goal. And he's the person I think in mind when I think of an evil main character. Because a lot of times, it'd be like this. He wants to get to point A to point B. And you could take this long about route, or you could just kill like 3 people, steal something, do all this shit, and then go. Or you could do this roundabout, oh, don't want to kill anyone, don't want to do this. And it's interesting to see that. A lot of times, let me just get on the main fucking point of the video, is a lot of times it'll be like a main character, and someone will be like, why are you doing this? And then they'll have like a 2-chapter expose of him explaining his goals. And I know there are different archetypes for evil, but it's like, it's almost like maybe I lean more towards favoring the apathetic type, because if you really are about your goal, why fucking explain it to side characters? I just don't understand. And even where it ties into edginess, it's like, I am the shadow. Like, you see it a lot with manga. You see it a lot with fucking manga. I am the shadow of night. I don't care about anyone. Then bro saves like a whole town. Yeah, but I still don't care about them. Brother, what? Or I'm not gonna name the book because I won't do that when bashing it. But it was something about like, it's an evil villainous MC, and then the description written by the author was like, yeah, the main character has a harem, and even though they're slaves, he's not going to treat them like slaves. He's going to treat them like real people. If you have a problem with that, don't read. Why? That's not a fucking villain. Like, he doesn't have to force himself onto it, but like, I'm assuming if you have slaves, you're putting those motherfuckers to work. Just me. I don't know. Like, I mean, being black, coming from some ancestry, get your bang for your buck. Cotton's not getting picked itself, but that's my thing. So that was. All right, I don't know why the video got paused. I think OBS was like, yeah, you can't say that, buddy. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want. But yeah, that's basically it. Evil main characters. I think people are afraid of writing evil. And I was talking to my friend about it, and he's like, well, maybe people can't write it because they're not like in there. And I would say I'm a pretty upstanding moral citizen, but shit, Cotton's not gonna pick itself. Yeah, so that's it for the video, boys. That's just what I can't stand, pussy ass characters. And if I were to summarize one more time just for the videos to break it down, I can't stand, if I want an evil main character, I want someone who's gonna do what they need to do to get it done. And I don't want an edgy character who'd be like, oh, I don't care, the darkness is I am the darkness. Have some exposition and then save the town. And like, it's always those isekais too, where it's like they wear all black and they're like an assassin or some necromancer or a vampire, and it's always the exact same, where they're like, yeah, I don't care about anyone. He has a chip on his shoulder, but he's actually a good person. It's like, ugh. It's not even like nuanced. It's just literally edgy. And it's not even like a good type of edgy like Blay, where it's like, oh, that noir. He's just a bitch. It's literally just writing a grown man on his period. Or like, you're literally writing a male tsundere. I don't really care about you, baka. Like, brother, lock the fuck in, bro. Like, go pick some cotton, bro. Yeah, but that's it for the video, boys. Thanks for watching. Deuces.